I just got the brand new xTool M2, and I really have to say that this is a very cool machine. I've already done an unboxing with you. I have shown you a deep dive into the print then cut feature. Now what we're going to do is we are going to do a deep dive into the rotary attachment tool for the xTool M2 because it really is a very unique type of setup. Now, the cool thing about the xTool M2 is that you do not need a riser base in order to use the rotary attachment feature. Unlike every other machine that they have, generally you have to have a riser base in order to do any of the rotary, and that is an additional cost. No longer are you going to have to do that because with the xTool M2, your laser head ends up going to the side. Very interesting. It's all magnetic. Now, I have had another laser from a different brand that also had a side laser. I didn't really care for it because you would have to unscrew things to screw them back. It was kind of like a long process. This one's all magnetic, so it's actually really cool. We are going to be doing two tests. First, I have been asked, can you use the INKJET head with the rotary attachment tool? I don't know the answer to that. We are going to find that out. The second test that we are going to do is if you already have the existing rotary attachment tool from xTool, the RA3, okay? This right here is the rotary attachment tool 3 Light. This is what comes with the xTool M2, but let's say you actually have the existing rotary attachment tool, the RA3. Does it work in the xTool M2? I'm not entirely sure. I do have that attachment here in my craft room, so we're going to try. We're going to see if you already have it, can you use that? We'll see. I'll try and figure that out for you. Then the last and final thing that we are going to do is we are going to do an engraving with this right here on a tumbler. I'll show you how to set it all up. I just think it's really cool and so easy. And I'm really thankful that xTool has tried to figure out how to make this like as easy as possible, because really the rotary is the hardest thing to learn, in my opinion. When it comes to laser ownership, I think trying to figure out the rotary is the hardest part. So let's head over into the xTool M2 where I show you how easy it is to set this puppy up, because it's not hard at all. Let's go. The one thing that I really like about the xTool M2 is everything is hooked up with a magnet. So all you have to do is unclick this cord that's right here. This needs to plug into every single one of your functions, and you are going to just take your head off. This is going to be your laser head. We're going to use that again, but we just need to take it off for right now. Now, I suppose the reason why you are going to need to purchase the rotary attachment tool 3 Light is to get this adapter right here. I did not see that you're able to purchase just this accessory on the xTool website. So this really, honestly, you need this adapter in order to do the rotary attachment feature with this machine. So if you can't purchase this separately, then obviously you are going to need the light. Even if the RA3, the normal one, works, you still need this accessory, because what happens here is this clicks into that head base like that. Now you can take your laser head and lay this down and it magnetizes there. Now what you do is you plug this back into your laser head. So everything is plugged in and how it should be now, but this is how you would set it up. We got this done in what, matter of 30 seconds, if that. Let me just redo this, right? So this is what it looks like. Click, click, plug in, you're done. Rotary attachment tool is set up, and you have now converted a standard laser that would only shoot down to shoot sideways. All right, so to answer the very first question, I know that we've already set this up and I've showed you how to set it up with the head, but the question that I did get was, can you use the INKJET attachment to the rotary attachment? So I'm going to unplug this, take this out. This right here plugs right into here and then to here. Then you take this out, and this is where your INKJET is. So it is hooked in there. Let's head over into the xTool Studio, turn the M2 on, and see what happens when I switch this over to the rotary attachment tool, that if they recognize that this is an ink, and it won't work. So let's head over there to test out the question of whether or not this is going to work or not. All right, now that the machine is turned on, I did go ahead and plug in the head to the RA Light, the attachment tool that comes with the M2, just to make sure that we figure out whether or not it does register. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my mode over to the rotary attachment tool. It shows you how to set up the process, which I do love that they tell you how to set it up, how to do the installment, how to fix the cable, how to confirm. Okay, so actually let's set up the rest of this, and this is going to be with the rotary attachment tool light, not the RA3. Okay, so the other reason why I think that you're going to need the RA3 light is this right here. These are your positioning tools. So you put one onto the right side. This is going to go right here, and then this guide goes over here, and then you add this in. So this is just going to help you make sure you know where you're putting the placement of this. Then with your head, that goes in here. I have a tumbler that I'm going to use. It does have a handle, and I'm going to set this up. Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to hook this up to my tumbler, and I'll show you in depth more on how I set this up when we actually try and engrave something, but right now I'm just trying to test out this inkjet. All right, now what we're going to do is shut the lid on the machine, and we'll do an aimed measure. And you see right here it says install the laser head. So automatically it won't even let me do anything because there's no laser head that's installed. So we're going to open this back up. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to unplug this whole thing, and I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay, this right here is the rotary attachment light. And I'm going to bring out the rotary attachment tool 3, which is technically called the RA3. Okay, I'm going to take this off because this right here is the inkjet, and obviously it won't work. It says it won't even work. So I'm going to take this off because question 1 was, can you use the inkjet module with the xTool M2? And the answer is no, because it won't even let you move any further into the process with having this plugged in. Okay, so I am going to plug my laser head back in and plug this in here. Now, this is the RA3, which has a lot more attachments than the light. The next question is if you have the existing RA3, can you use the RA3 in the M2? Now, I've already told you, if you can't purchase this accessory that's right here, this thing that's right here, if you can't purchase this separately, then automatically the answer is no, because you have to have this accessory in order to use this thing. However, if by chance you can purchase the accessory by itself and also these things are crucial, okay? You can't purchase these two things by themselves, then I don't think you're going to be able to do this. All right, so I have the RA3 set up. All I have to do is plug it into the back of the machine, but the head is plugged in. I can hear it running. The RA3 is set up as if I was going to engrave this like a real tumbler. Then over at the back of the machine, I am just going to plug my machine in, or the rotary attachment tool plugged in. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shut the lid, and then we will come over here and do an aimed measure. And it's working. All right, so now that it's auto measured, what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this. This is from Creative Fabrica. If you wanted to create anything with this PNG or this SVG file, PNG file, you can head over into the link in the description, and I have it linked for you there. Okay, so I'm going to head back into the xTool Studio. I'm going to drag and drop the SVG file that I'm going to use. So I'm going to come over here into material settings and I am going to choose metal, and let's just do a powder coated tumbler, press apply. It's going to give me automatically some settings and then press process. This is going to take a total of 39 minutes to engrave. I'm going to press start. You are going to need to turn on the air purifier and or vent out of a window. Then what I'm going to do is press the play button at the front of the machine and it's going to start to engrave. Short answer is that you can definitely use the RA3 with the brand new M2. However, just like I had said previously, if you cannot buy the a little attachment tool that comes with, or like you have to put onto the head and or these two things, then I think you still have to buy the light anyways, because those three things is actually really important. But in the end, I mean, that engraving looks really good. 39 minutes it took to engrave this, so maybe we could speed up and refine our settings a little bit, but just know that that took a substantial amount of time, in my opinion. Okay, so I want to show you how to set up and slow down how I assembled everything, because I know that I just blew on past that. I do not have another tumbler that I can engrave. Well, I have the other side to this. So I'll show you another engraving on this, but just know this was from the unboxing. I'm just going to do another engrave right here. But let's head over to the M2 back and I will show you how to set up the rotary attachment tool, the original, the R3 Light, RA3 Light. Okay. When you have your rotary attachment tool, it's going to come in like all these pieces. Which now I can't take it apart, but you're going to want to take your cord, plug it into the back, okay? And then you're going to set this up. This is called the cylinder jaw attachment. And I have it going on the inside because these are skinnier. If you had like a super wide, like mouth tumbler, you'd want to do it on the outside, but I like doing it on the inside because then you get more like area to engrave. So what you do is you make sure that this is nice and tight in there. Okay, I'm going to put the mouth of my tumbler inside these right here. Okay, so it's going to be like that, although it's loose. So then what you do is you take this, is it gold? It's like a champagne color, and you just turn it. And what happens is these two pieces right here start coming apart. So pay attention to this little area. It's going to go smaller because I'm making it to where they go closer together, or because it's loose, I need to go the other way. And what happens is you see that it's coming apart. So we're just going to make this tight. Okay. You want to keep making it tight. And then when you get there, like when it's like it is tight, because I can obviously let go. But what I like to do is just do one additional turn, and it makes it super tight. So it's not going to slip off. Okay. Now, when it comes to the things, we've already set up the head. This right here has to go in the bottom right corner of your machine. So over here, bottom right corner. And you can see that it says R right there. Okay, we're going to do bottom right corner, right? Then this is going to be your base. See those four things? That's going to go onto the bottom of your head. You're going to want to move this and bring this up and out of your machine. You're now going to take this and we are going to put this at the bottom left over here and drag this into place. You're going to put the bottom of this corner to the corner of your R right here. And then you're going to take your left and you're going to bring it all the way over and you're going to match up the corner to that. Just to show you, this is what it looks like. See this base? This is the base to your rotary attachment tool. It is all the way to the bottom right here. Then over here on the left, you can see there is an L right there, okay? And my base is all the way plugged into the bottom left corner right here. This is perfect alignment, all right? We're going to put this just like this. We're going to engrave. See, this is my tennis racket. We're just going to engrave something right here just so you can see what that looks like, okay? Then over at this side of the machine, you're going to take this cord. You can put it here on these little clips. That is to hold your cord in place. I've honestly just let it hold or like free flow. I've never actually plugged it in there, but that's technically what you're supposed to do. Then you take this and you plug it into one of these. This right here is for your computer. This right here is going to be for your rotary attachment tool. So this is how the setup is going to look. Then what you want to do is over at the software, the xTool Studio software, you want to make sure that you're on the rotary attachment tool, which I am, right? Then what we're going to do is we are going to press the aimed measure button. What's going to happen is the laser is going to move over, all right? You want to make sure that your laser beam, or what would be the laser beam right here, is at the highest point of your tumbler. Now I have a skinny tumbler that's all one dimension, so it really doesn't matter where it goes, but we want to put it there, somewhere on the highest point. So for this cup, because you can see that there is two different dimensions, right? There is this one that's thicker than this one. When we did the aim measure, we needed to be up here because we were engraving here, right? This is the thickest part. Don't want to do it down here. So this one, it really doesn't matter where we're going because it's all one size. All right, when we're done, you just want to press measure. This is going to measure over here. It's going to make sure that you have it. It's going to make sure that the rotary is in the right spot. Then it's going to come back over to the tumbler and it's going to pink the tumbler. All right, so we have now figured out how big the thing is, the tumbler. Okay, I'm going to roll this around here to this side and we'll bring it up here. And we're going to press the framing button. So then when we do the framing, what happens here is that it is going to show me where it's going to engrave. If you like that spot, then we can finish and start to engrave, right? Let's just say, for the sake of just being done, because technically we're not going to get a good finished product at the end of the day because we already have a tennis racket on the other side. But I just wanted to show you how easy it is to figure out how to set up the rotary, because it's a lot easier and better than the M1 Ultra. Okay, so let's just say that I like where it's going to engrave. I would press finish complete. I already have this set up to the settings that I think were fine for the last one. The last tumbler and this tumbler is about the same. It's the same type of metal and the same type of coated, so I'm going to leave it the same. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shut the lid on my xTool M2. I am now going to press process. This right here is going to take 54 minutes. So the first one took 39. Now we're at 54. Could we refine our settings? We probably could. I could probably make this go a little bit faster. Let's go back here, because realistically we are doing 100 speed and you see how we have a whole lot to go here. All right, we couldn't increase the power or increase the speed a little bit. I'm not going to fumble with it. I'm just going to let it go and let it run. But do know that it is going to take me 54 minutes to get this done. Okay, so before we press start on the computer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my air filtration system. Make sure you use air filtration or you vent out of a window or something of that nature. Okay, so we're going to press start. Over here at the front of the machine, I'm going to press the start button here at the front, and now the machine is going to do the engravings. And my friends, I will see you back here in 54 minutes. Well, actually for you, it's going to feel like nothing. It's going to be like, I'm going to cut this, I'm going to go bing, bing, and I'm going to be like, and we're back. It's been 54 minutes. But for me, I'm actually going to have to wait 54 minutes. So I'll see you back here, 54 minutes. All right, the tumbler is done, and we can unhook this. It's going to look just dirty, just like the original one did. What we have to do is take a sponge to it. So I'll be right back. All right, my friends, and here is the finished tumbler, and it looks amazing. Engraving looks so good. Definitely very easy to use. If you've had the xTool M1 Ultra, you do know that the rotary attachment tool that I have shown you for this machine today is a lot easier to use in the M1 Ultra. That is for sure. I definitely like this one a lot better. I really wish that it was a little bit quicker to engrave, because 40 minutes and even an hour is still, I think, a little bit too long, but I could refine settings and probably get faster engrave settings. But you know what? I just wanted to show you how cool the function of the rotary is for this, and to test out whether or not it can do inkjet printing, and also whether or not you can do the RA2 regular Pro, not the light version. You know what I mean? So after watching the unboxing, the deep dive on the print head, and then also this rotary, are you a buy or are you a pass for this machine? You let me know in the comments of this video. And my friends, I will see ya on the next one.